So I'm back with another video. This one's to introduce Casey's voice actor. I thought it would take a lot longer. I guess it took a month to really look. Not saying the other ones that auditioned were bad, but let's introduce our new one. Right over here, DynasticAxe. Axe. Yeah, let's go with that. DynasticAxe? Yeah, okay. But yeah, he's the new voice actor for Casey. I wish that was a little more professional sounding, but with me, it's never going to sound professional. And if you notice, yeah, I had a haircut. And now my hair is darker. A little darker than I actually wanted, but whatever. This isn't about my hair color. Never, no. No, let's not introduce hair colors. But yeah, he's the new voice actor for Casey. Show it on screen, right over here. Yeah, there's my boy Casey. I knew he'd be actually one of the hardest, only because he's a singer, and he's an angsty boy. I had a very idealistic mindset of what I wanted for him. Just, I'll play an audio clipping of what I was looking for now.
Hey, you do realize there's another meaning for a Willy, right?
So that's what I was going for. And actually, I'll just say axe because it's easier. I had the perfect kind of pitch for him of what I was looking for, which is great. But I wanted to see through it because he came earlier in the month, and I just thought, okay, it ends June 30th. I'll wait and see what happens. If anything, I actually found other voice actors that would fit a lot of other future, very far characters out there. And who knows, maybe I'll ask for them again when the time comes. I don't know, it'll be a long time before those people will be introduced. I can't say who they are, but I'll show a picture on screen of who they are. But I haven't revealed their names yet. Why? Because I'm not going to be like that. I'm going to keep it a mystery. I only told it to the voice actors who these characters were, and to those people who they were, like the names. So if you want to go rummaging around, no one's going to come rummaging around for it. They're not even that popular yet, so. And if you're wondering why the headphones, I'm listening to Sonic Generations OST Rooftop Run because it's my favorite, so shut up. But yeah, I hope he likes the group. Our little team that's going on here. I am finally a boss to 3. You should not have given me the power. No, I'm just kidding. I got a haircut. It shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, that's better, right, guys? I give up. Listen, I got a haircut. Why did my bangs grow back the longest? I don't understand. Whatever. I look 12 again. Yay. That's what I wanted. I'm trying to get to the matter. I hope he enjoys his stay here. I hope he learns as a VA because he's actually just out of, school. He's 18. Maybe I shouldn't give the age away. I'm 27. There. If that's doxing, I just doxed myself. Even though my age is out there publicly, so. But yeah, he's just out of college. And he's like me. I hope I'm not making, bad decision choices here, but he's autistic like I am. Only difference is he says he doesn't 100% understand emotion in a way. Like, he needs to hear it so he can copy it. And you could say, oh no, that fear is a problem. Not really, it's just a matter of what I believe. You have to, if you're like me. Sorry, I just realized there was lyrics. I'm gonna turn that down. But what I believe, the way most people would learn is by just becoming one with the character. So if he feels like a Casey in this regards, then he might obtain the emotion for Casey. That's how I'm kind of, it's hard to get my thoughts at. It's easier to become one with the character and become them, so that way you learn the emotions with them. How do I know this? Is just practice myself. I've done it in the past myself. I I have to, actually, because I make characters, I make attributes for these characters, so I actually get out of my own mindset and put myself in these characters where, yeah, I'd never say it personally, but I have to think like the character and what would they say and think, so that way it gets them their own personality far beyond even mine. Like, the voice I act for Millie is no one who I am personally. She's a tease, she's, well, not tease like, hey, I'm gonna flirt. No, like a tease as in I'm gonna joke around, much Andy's like a troll. He's gonna joke with you. And with Millie, she's active, she's out and about, always, you know, doing something. Actually, I'll even admit, Millie is actually, why I created her is because she's a reflection of who I wanted to be. It's just this outgoing, energetic girl who's always out and about, who doesn't let things, you know, like, you know, she doesn't let fear of, you know, getting hurt get in the way, because with me, sadly, growing up, I have knee problems, I have bad ankles. If I'm out on the grass and if I trip over a hole, it's all over. I'm out for 6 months. I've done it before trying to help a dog. My ankle twisted, my whole foot broke. And I was out for 6 weeks. So, she's a reflection of who I'd want to be, but I can't be physically. So, if I can't be this person, that's why I made her, so, you know, give and take kind of that way. So that way I'd have someone in a game or not in a game, but in a series that could be who I always wanted to be, which was this free-spirited, I'm gonna go out there, make my own decisions, just run with the wind, be parkour, be that person. I wish I could be that person, but I can't be because I have asthma, bad legs and knees, and I'm broken. I can only sit. So if I can't go out and create an adventure, I'm going to create an adventure this way. It's the best kind of way, really, if you think about it. If you can't make your own adventure by going out, especially in a dangerous world today, sit at home on a computer, make your own. It's the best way to go about it. And with him, since he is new, I guess he faced some criticism in the past, and yeah, for an autistic, even I'll say it, we don't do well with criticism. We do not do very... Not saying you can't criticize me, you can go ahead. I dealt with it so many years. So many years, guys. So many years. DMR is such a pain in the butt. But I learned how to deal with that. I didn't have a choice. Okay, at first I left the website and went somewhere else because I'm like sad emo girl in the corner. I want to cry. But I learned to get past that and learn to do better for myself. So we have to learn our own way. So when you do bad criticism like me, I actually almost quit art how many times because of that alone? Like 3 or 4? Yeah, just about 3 or 4 times I almost quit art entirely. And actually last year alone, that was 2 times in 1 year where I'm like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna just wipe my hands, done. I don't want to deal with this anymore. But I'm actually thought, okay, I'm not looking for 100% perfect, or I'd be at a professional website where I can hire these voice actors. But the problem is, I don't make enough to hire professionals. I don't make enough for that. That's why I'm like, okay, I'll use my own voice. I have a mic. I have some money. If I can get a voice actor who doesn't mind low pay for each comic page, I'd be set. And I am very thankful for these 3 individuals to come up, participate, and say, yeah, let's see where this goes. Because they're not even a popular franchise yet. They're just not. I hope they will be one day where I can sit down and talk to everybody, even during a live stream one day, and answer questions or be cryptic and say, well, maybe this or that, or try to figure out in my mind how to make it cryptic to where it's like, okay, figure out this puzzle piece and put the series together or the final plot together in your mind, or give you hints to where you could find this information, because there are hidden secrets in the comics. So I'm actually very thankful that these 3 individuals are now part of my little team. I told them, yeah, they could do other things on the side. Obviously, yeah, I'm not gonna hold you back. Trust me, I actually feel really bad, and if they watch this, I do feel bad. I wish I could pay you more. I wish I can, not even just pay you more, that I wish I had like even another artist on my side where we draw particularly the same, and if I couldn't draw the background, they draw the background, I draw the characters, and then we'd swap between coloring. Oh, I can't color today, can you do it? Yeah, I could do it, and then go swap between back and forth, so that way work can get done faster. Who's making noise? But that's the problem, I don't have that, and no one's gonna sacrifice their time for my creation. Yeah, you could say, don't never say never, because yeah, people work on a network for SpongeBob and all that, but they're getting massive pay. They're getting good bucks. They're getting all the money, and I don't have that kind of money. I'm only on SSI and DI, so this month they only paid me $600 for some reason. Is that punishment for the stimulus? I wasn't aware of this. Listen, if I knew the stimulus was going to take out $100 out of my page. That makes it a little harder, but I still paid for upgrades that are coming actually the 7th, so 3D modeling, here we go. But yes, please welcome Axe to the SAWTOB family. After this, I'll probably next week, make a SAWTOB server for VAs only. They're only for VAs. If I had a bigger community, I'd make a SAWTOB server for the community, like SAWTOB community. But I don't have one. Why? Because still kind of new. That's why I'm so surprised that 3 people, actually even more than 3, like a few bunches, even after in the description of these characters that I was making saying, yeah, they're not a full series yet, they're not full-fledged, and I can only pay you this much. And I'm like, yeah, money's money, but it's like, well, why do I want to work with someone who... What's the word I'm looking for? That isn't getting paid for what they're doing, because even my YouTube channel isn't making money. It's like, why would I want to work with that? But apparently these people want to see where it goes. And I'm hoping and praying each day that it goes somewhere. That at the end of the day, that it won't be for nothing. But that is up to you guys. That's not up to me. I guess some of it's up to me because it's the content I throw out, which is why I'm just doing speed paintings, and I actually have it scheduled till the 19th. That's when it stops, because that'll be the final speed paint for a while. Until the next big project, but until then, I have many comics on the way. I'm almost done with this one. This one's just a lot of detail. Stop giving me a song with lyrics. I can't think. It's my fault. I clicked on OST and it will give me everything. But I'm hoping with time, with me, we can learn to voice act together. Like I said, I'm not looking for 100% perfect, and with, if I get FL Studio eventually down the line, which is probably why this month will be mostly consistent of 3D modeling with mini comics, and then the big comics you see now are like mini-series. They're a part of a mini-series, slightly connected to the main series, you could say. Like they're bits and pieces of like an episode that I'm just taking and making them into comic form. Does that make sense? It might not. I don't know. I don't even know anymore. But I figured with time, they'll learn. And that's normally how, you practice, you get better. And I figured, okay, it's like how the old voice actor was. I remember when they were first starting their voices, and it wasn't perfected yet. If you go back and look at their really old dubbings that I have posted on the channel, like really old ones, even though they don't seem old to you because it says old, posted just like a year ago. No, they were made back in 2017 originally, and they were actually dubbed around that time, and they were posted on my other channel, yada yada. You guys don't care about that. But when you listen back to it and then you hear them like in 2020 when they did their last one, you could see a huge difference, because now they finally perfected what they thought was the perfect voice for them. And now with these new actors, or voice actors rather, not actors, no live action please. That'd be terrible. Probably. But with these new actors, you can actually, I can actually hear still their voices. And once you hear them versus the old one, it's like, it's like, yeah, you can hear the big difference, obviously. But you still hear it. You know what I mean? It's hard to explain in this It's easier for me to type it out and explain it. I need like just a typing thing. Just it's easier for me to type and explain than explain with my mouth. Dang, my mouth whole enough for explaining things right when I want to explain things and not being able to explain things when I need them to be explained. Write that down right there. Help me, I'm having problems. It's been a busy week. It's been such a busy week, but I'm not trying to make this about myself. No, it's about the new VA. So welcome Axe to the family. There'll be a VA server just for them. They can, if they watch, they can do whatever they want. They can mingle if they want to. They can talk amongst themselves, maybe to learn something about. I mean, you work with them, sort of, kind of with them now. You're gonna be on par with them in a way. You might as well get to somewhat know them, right? Maybe. I mean, I'm not gonna force it. I'm definitely not gonna force it. If you don't want to talk or mingle or get to know each other, that's fine. That's okay. I'm not gonna force it. But I do want my dubbers to know this. I am very flexible. I am very... How do I put this? I'm not a mean sort. I'm very kind, I'm gentle, like I said, I'm flexible if you need the hours or like need more time, etc. And I'm not part of the woke culture, so you don't have to worry about that, where maybe sometime in the future, luckily I don't have to deal with this now, where Twitter goes, oh, there's no black man voicing one of your characters, that makes this a bad series. I don't know, people will make up the stupidest things in the world. And I want you to know, I'm not like that. If a straight white male works for me, it's not because he's just a straight white male, it's because he can get the job done. Plus, I have friends that are actually Latino, who I look as a brother, who's actually going to voice one of the characters in the very near future, and I can't wait to introduce them. And they actually dubbed for me in the past, and I gave them money for it. Not on this channel. They did Badger Claps for me. And they did a good job, and I'm like, okay, this character that I have this character that's pretty laid back like they are. I'm like, okay, they need money too. I'll spare, like, whatever, whenever the character shows up. And then I have my other bestie, my female bestie, City, who's actually both black and white. Like, she's a mix. I like to call her Oreo. Don't make me. But she doesn't mind. She don't mind. Actually, if anybody gets offended by being called an Oreo is a problem. Come on. Oreos are amazing. Oreos can be delicious, especially the double stuff. Now I want cookies. No. But yeah, they're gonna do another future character as well. And I look at her like a sister, so no one can say anything, okay? No one can say anything about, oh, who's voicing what? Or, there's not enough of this in there. No, I'm choosing people who are right for the job. So if anybody, you know, I don't want to hear it. I want to hear nothing. I'm just making that clear now for future's sake. Even if you were, I don't know, like black, white, purple, and you were the perfect voice for Stanley in the future, go right ahead. If you're the perfect voice, go right ahead. I need to hear it. The only thing is, I hope that in the future that, well, let's say they got into controversy, do not worry over that either. Because yes, I am boss. And yes, I do have to take accountability for whatever happens. Of course, if they get into bad controversy, probably fire would be, well, it would happen. Thing is, though, if you're, like, with Scott, sadly, poor man, where Twitter attacked him practically, doxed his house and family, pregnant wife and everything, because he donated to a political party for stupidest reasons. It's like, oh no, he donated to what he thought was a good choice. Let me kill the man. I think that was the stupidest thing ever, so no, you have a boss that does think that's stupid, and if you have a political opinion, if you have a religion opinion, to me that's little. To me that's nothing. You will still be a part of the team. You will not be fired just because people are on your case about, oh, you don't like my side? what? No, I have to cancel you. And if they come after me, so be it. My argument will be, it's their damn life. Let them live it. If they have an opinion, c'est la vie. I'm not gonna deal with that in the future. I mean, I'll probably will deal with a lot of stupid Twitter people, but it's the 1% and I'm never going to bend the knee for them. So, for my VAs, I will never bend the knee for these people, for that 1% who likes to cry into the void about how horrible people are for not looking at their side. And before anybody asks, I'm actually not for either political party. I think they're just both crybabies. I think it's just both nonsense. And I think we should have a president, technically, that should actually look on both sides of the situation, not one or the other, because you're still going to always have people who are going to fight against each other because they want to be right. You know what I mean? I'm not wrong. So if you had a president that looked at both sides and tried to coincide and understand what both sides wanted or needed, there would be no issue. Really. Because then both sides are kind of happy. Yeah, you're not going to get 100% happy. But as the words of Abraham Lincoln, a house divided by itself cannot stand, and we're getting divided each and every day, and that's why I hate politics, because this nation's never been more divided, and it keeps dividing itself because media likes to stretch things, make it worse than it appears, and then no, you have to listen to me because I'm right, you're wrong nonsense mindset that makes you immature, and I'm not going to fire my VAs just because they have a political stance that differs from anybody else's. I'm not going to fire them because of a religion. I'm not going to fire them because they're a straight white male. How dare you? I'm going to hire them because they can get the job done. I'm going to hire them because they're not bad people. If I find bad blood on them, it's because they're pedophiles, or they R-word someone, or they actually did a crime. I'm not having an opinion. Maybe to Twitter isn't a crime. But yeah, sorry, I was distracted. But you will not be fired over an opinion. Because as much as those people hate to be told, having a different opinion than you, I know, let me die now, is not a crime. Having a political opinion, having a religious opinion is not a crime worth for me to fire someone. If they were harassing, I would talk to them. If it was continuous harassment or even stalking to an unacceptable behavior, they'd be gone. But my VAs have nothing to worry about. Because I'm not one of those people who are like, no, you don't agree with my side? Well, I guess you'll just have to go away and get fired. No, I'm not like that. If you're just a different kind of person, go right ahead. Even if my VAs are from the left or the right, it doesn't matter to me. Because it's not about the politician side of anything. It's about, hey, is your voice good enough for this role? I'll hire you. And so far, actually, a lot of them have been troopers. I talk every now and then with Shiloh, who is the voice actor of Stanley and Willie. Very nice, actually. He's like a man of all trades, doing a lot of things, and served the Navy, so I am very honored to have you on my side. And, Hunter, actually, who was very kind, who actually tried to do the voice of Casey, but his voice was just too deep. His singing, actually, I know he said he wanted brutally honest, and I'm gonna be honest. It wasn't bad. It just like Axe, the two lack energy. Like I said, please listen to Crush 40, 3 Days Grace, and stuff. Feel the emotion that these singers are having. But yes, feel it because they talk and sing with much vigor. They're energetic. They put their heart and soul in it. Do I expect 100%? No, because canonically, actually, right now in the series, Case is actually a beginner himself. He's learning to do all the musician and singing thing himself. Is Casey perfect? Probably not. He's just his angsty teen self. And Axe just I mean, if anything, even if he's sang a little bland, nowadays with FL Studio and stuff like that, you can actually probably bump up the volume and pitch and stuff where it sounds better. Like, if even a professional singer will tell you in the booth it's a little different, that it's not as what you would think, and then the editors will edit it better. I will actually say there's only a handful of actual singers who will actually go out of their way to sing exactly how they would sound in the booth without the editations. But most singers need the edits because, yeah, mistakes happen. Oh, the pitch was off, this was off, and you need to fix that within the editing software. That's fine. These days you can take someone's voice, even as lousy as mine, and combine it into something probably a good song. Or at least a catchy beat. If I learned one thing that people actually like, even if the songs are not that catchy, or if they have that little in the voice, like that grogginess in their voice, or what sounds like groggy like mine. Somewhere out of yeah, I breathed in too fast. Like if you listen to Crush 40, again, that's probably my favorite band because I just love their songs a lot. And apparently so does Shiloh. I notice a lot of people like their songs. How could you not? But some songs have like really out of pitch, out of place, like moments in the song where it's like, okay, that could have been a little better. But people like it because what I've learned was it's not always about the singing. It's actually about the beat and how catchy it is. If a song is catchy, that's kind of all it takes. If you have a nice voice, like not like a monotone voice, and it sounds okay, and you sync it up with the song, and it's a good beat, that's all really what people want these days, is a song with a beat. It's not really much about singing, because I'll even admit a lot of songs aren't really songs because it's mostly editations, it's mostly reverb, it's mostly mixing of voicing and hiring and pitching, and or it's just I'm talking with a beat in the background. Sorry I have to say it, but that's how it is. Someone's gonna get mad over that. But really I figured, okay, I can boom up the volume. I can't be serious, I can't. But I can bump up the volume for Axe voices, for his voice, and if he was singing. But I told him, even if it kills his ears, put it on the lowest volume. And I'll try to give him like a idea of what I'm looking for. Like I'll sing it out a little bit. Sorry if it kills your ears, and no one link that, please. But I figured, okay, I get it that if I have a song that I made, only I can hear it. But how do I share that with someone who can't get inside my head? Obviously, I have to go out of my way and try to sing it to you and give it to you so you have an idea of what I'm looking for, and hopefully do a little better than me. But it's cool to be a boss. Actually, for so long I was just Nerdy's boss, and I was like, okay. But he was more of a friend, so he was a close friend, so I allowed a lot of things and a lot of just, oh, you can get it done when you're done, but now I have to be mega ultra boss where I'm like, no, you have to get it done at least this or next week or there's gonna be a problem. But I'll try to be flexible, I'll try to be as kind as possible, I'm not a mean sort. It's kind of cool knowing that I'm a boss to 3 people, that I pay them and they're my employees, and actually I have, well, I guess not anymore, I mean, it was short term, but I had concept artists that were working for me, and I paid them. I still have to find one more, but I don't have the money this month. But it's cool to think you're a boss of 3 people. Not like boss, like I'm gonna boss you around, like around town, but a boss that has to have this bigger responsibility, pay these people on time, and I have to girl up and put the big girl panties on when if they screwed up a line, and just tell it as it is, like, oh hey, no, this ain't it, chief, you have to re-say that line again for me. Even if it's like awkward, because for me it's awkward to say, well, you kind of screwed up a little bit, I didn't like that line, can you go back and say it? But most of the time, this one piece of hair is gonna drive me insane. But most of the time, I know a lot of voice actors use mostly more than one, like they'll do multiple lines and I choose which one's the best line. Which is how I worked it. And for the VAs, if there's a blooper in there, please leave it. I'm asking full-heartedly because for so long I wanted to make like a tiny animation of bloopers. And because now I have Clip Studio, I can learn how to make animations. And it would be funny to have them in the recording booth and go, oh, I screwed up the line. I actually saved mine, so for the VAs, please, if there's a blooper or you're like, no, I have to resend it, this just sucks. I would love nothing more because it'd be hilarious to have. I love taking bloopers and doing stuff with them, so please, and it's probably fun for the guys, for you guys to watch too, so it's like, you guys, it's so silly. But yeah, I like to take bloopers, and so if there's any in them, leave it, please. I know it sounds like, oh no, I'm making more work. No, I enjoy the work. So yeah, that's a thing for you guys to do. I don't even delete mine. I have mine. That actually I have me myself actually on OBS recording myself. And I thought maybe one day I'd make a compilation of the things I dubbed in my bloopers in there. Or the behind the scenes kind of deal. I don't know how to work that yet. I don't even know if people care about that enough to care that, oh hey, yeah, this is her just dubbing as Millie. I mean, and just say it in the comments, I guess, in the future, because I know I don't really get too many comments. But yeah, welcome the new dubber. He's gonna be Casey. Do not give him too much hassle, please. He's beginner. I'm beginner. Hassle me. Like, my Millie voice was great. It wasn't. I know I have a lot to learn. I know how I have to fix and kind of pitch myself into the perfect Millie voice that I'm looking for. And the problem is, I get really shy, even when I'm alone in a room. But if I hear someone walk back and forth, that's when I get a little quiet. Like that. Because I know people can overhear me. These are thin walls. And I get a little, I'm not used to that yet, towards like, oh, I don't care if my family hears me. No, I kind of still care. I don't even know if the mic picks them up or not, but I still care. To the point where it's almost embarrassing for me, so I'm like, I'm gonna tone it down just a little bit. I'm gonna talk like this, but that's not good voice acting. Yeah, for voice acting, you have to be loud and spontaneous. You just have to say things the way they are, and I have to learn to do that myself. Down the road, probably, where I feel more comfortable. This is still new to me, so even though I did voice act Nico a few times and One Shot in my other Supernova Gaming that I rebranded. But yes, I hope in general, let's wrap this up. I hope in general he enjoys his time, that the three dubbers all mostly get along, or just, it's okay if you don't talk to each other. The server is just for me to say, hey you guys, it's time to get going. I need you dubbing. Yeah, this is your boss now. I'm in charge of you. Look what you've done to yourselves. That's what the server is usually for. If, just in case I say something, someone misses it, they can go back in the server, or even ask or go back in the messages going, oh, okay, I have to do that line. Okay, the end. Especially since when I have my two new characters that hopefully will arrive soon in the comics. And they can use that server as well to, yeah. So progress. I knew this day would come one day. I just didn't know 2021 was gonna be the year I'm a boss to 3 people. So you lose 1, you gain 3. So please, I hope you enjoy yourselves. Welcome to the team. Axe, this is what you always dreamed of because you always wanted to be a part of a team and even part of a video game as a voiceover. Now he gets that chance and more. And I hope he enjoys himself. I hope he gets what he really is after. And I hope this is really the push he needs. And I would love to be that boss that helps him push himself to his greatest potential. And I'll see you guys in the next one, if there's any updates. This is mostly only for updates. So, thank you for watching. Welcome to the team. let's have a fun time. Later.